Everyone has their fair share of favorite Roblox events. Some enjoy the annual spooky Blocktober events. Some enjoy the tricky nature of Giftsplosion events. Some may even enjoy the uninspired and bland monthly sponsored events. But now, we all have one thing in common. And that is the fact we can't enjoy these events anymore. That's right. During early 2019, Roblox just flat out cancelled their event schedule, and they opted out to just do this live ops thing that never really went anywhere, and then they did these really bad dev hunts for 2019 and 2020 as their main big event, and eventually transformed into the Metaverse event, which was alright. But that's the problem! These events used to be amazing, something that you would literally time travel to go play again because of how fun it is. And now they're just alright events that just happen every now and then. Nowadays, we don't really mind the fact that there are no longer any monthly events happening. We just kind of live with it. But let me tell you a tale about the annual event that brought the community together to do one simple objective: hunt down the eggs. Egg Hunt wasn't always the same. In its infant years, Egg Hunt was known as Eggstravaganza, or nowadays called Egg Drops. These egg hunts didn't take place in one big game. Instead, this took place in every game at the time. This was a smart decision on Roblox's side, as every Roblox game at the time weren't as complex as games nowadays. The system went like this. Each game had a timer added to it. When the timer reaches a certain quota, eggs will begin to rain all over the place. Then, after the timer reaches another certain quota, the eggs will stop raining. In Egg Hunt 2008, the event lasted for 1 hour at starting 11 AM at PST for the first 2 days, then lasted for 4 hours, also starting at 11 PST on the final day. Egg Hunt 2008 contained a whopping 11 obtainable eggs, as well as 3 unobtainable eggs made by Shaletsky as a troll. Most of these eggs you just walk to and pick them up. The other few you have to do some kind of objective, which, considering it's 2008, they're not too overly complex. Now, I wasn't around during 2008 on Roblox. Earliest I ever joined was early 2013, which also happened to be the same year which I had my first egg hunt. But in order to capture the footage of obtaining these eggs, I went into a reboot of sorts. Egg Hunt 2008 reboot, made by a fan of the Egg Hunt that wanted to capture and emulate the Egg Hunt experience. I'll leave the game in the description for anyone who's interested to play. It's worth noting that all original 11 obtainable eggs are limited items now, meaning you can buy them or trade for them, and 2 of the 3 unattainable eggs were made available through other events, including the recently Metaverse event where you could attain the blue egg, whatever it was called, I don't remember. You walk to it and you pick it up. That's the objective. The blinking egg teleports around. You need to collect it, and it's typically easy because you just typically go after it when it's not teleporting, you know? In the reboot, I only seem to find these eggs inside the actual Chaos Canyon sub-area with the big room and stuff, which is kind of weird, to be honest. The bouncing egg of Boing Boing has some pretty funky physics in the reboot, which is honestly quite funny. Basically the same gist of things, you just walk up to it to collect it, preferably when it's not bouncing extremely high. But yeah, you can collect it however you want, falling from a cliff like a mad dog or some other way. Doesn't really concern me. Mostly because this event is like way past over, but you can still collect it in a reboot. This is gonna be a trend for the next few eggs, isn't it? The kind egg of sharing needs you to have 3 separate people touch the egg before it is unlocked and available for collection. Unfortunately, I don't have 2 other friends with me to help me collect this egg in the reboot game. Understandable. Who would want to hang out with Lotakune anyways? So maybe you can have 2 other friends to help you and get better luck at getting this egg. God, I was trying way too hard to sound sad there. The puzzling egg of Enigma is all about chess. You know, in case it wasn't obvious with the whole checkerboard background and its introduction and the chess part back when I talked about the eggs. But hey, let's talk about the egg. Surprisingly, this egg is 100% objective based. It's not another one of those you walk to it and you pick it up. Instead, it challenges you to a chess game which you have to beat in like 1 move. I don't know how this chess game works exactly. Like, I think it may be broken in a reboot, or like, I'm not sure how this chess board actually works at all. The egg's got a neat design, being a checkerboard pattern, because chess. And it's a nice change of pace to have an egg that's entirely objective based, instead of being a variable of, hey, you walk to this egg and you pick it up. Hopefully the next egg will also stick to the same objective based theming. The invisible egg of shadows is a transparent egg that just flies around the map. It clips through things and it's basically a ghost. And the objective of this egg is collect it while it's visible. Man, we're back to just collecting eggs again. I shouldn't be surprised, it is 2008 after all. So anyways, when the egg isn't transparent, that means you can collect it. It has a transparent design, which is pretty cool. Not many Roblox items are transparent after all, and the egg also looks pretty mysterious in general, being a shadowly grey design. Just kind of fits with this aesthetic of old Roblox horror, and how old Roblox had this scary old fashion to it. The golden egg of kings is a really mean egg. He hurls insults at you, saying that you're not royal enough to pick him up and you need to be higher on the feudalism pyramid scale or something. I don't particularly want to remember being insulted. Now, the method to unlocking this egg is that you need to wear a Roblox catalog item, that item being crowns. Now, this is an objective alright, but it's a pretty dumb objective, I'm not going to lie. The golden crown costed 5,000 tickets at the time, which I'm gonna guess and say it wasn't particularly easy to earn. For those who don't know, tickets are old Roblox currency that you get 10 for logging in every day for free. You would also earn tickets through people joining your game, and tickets can be exchanged for Robux. This feature was removed, but I don't really want to go into detail because it's an egg hunt video, not a bad mistakes made by Roblox video. So after you put on the crown, you can collect them. Yay! You get to wear an egg that was mean to you before. This egg is a literal gold digger, I'm not gonna lie. The bombastic egg of annihilation has got to be the most annoying egg in the whole event. For some reason, the Roblox admins thought it was a good idea to give homing rockets to an egg that randomly spawns every couple of minutes. This is a whole nother level of Roblox pain, next to Dodge the Teacups of Doom by Clockwork. The egg itself is just reusing a pretty popular texture, known as the bombastic texture. You might have seen it a lot of times in limited trading. It's been a texture in Roblox for like ages now, and the egg looks fine with it, but I still can't get over the amount of times I died to the homing rocket in a reboot game. It's actually terrible. But hey, at least I got this cool footage of me jumping on the bombastic egg. Wanwood egg of Song is an egg that at first appears really big. It's a massive egg, massive chunky egg. But as time passes, the egg becomes smaller and smaller, and when the egg becomes, you know, egg size, you can collect it. Any other time though, it's just gonna flat out kill you because of its massive chunkiness. Yeah, the egg itself is also reusing another limited texture, being the Wanwood texture, and in my opinion, it's pretty disgusting looking. But you know what? I'll let it pass because Wanwood stuff tends to be pretty disgusting. Like the Boing Boing egg, it also has some pretty funky physics, and hey, it's pretty funny to see it bounce around in the reboot game due to its massive size. That's all I really have to say about this egg. Yeah. The legendary egg of Gygax isn't an egg. It more closely resembles a D20. In order to collect the egg, you just kind of have to wait for it to land on 20. This egg is pretty rare, not really being one of the more collected ones, probably because it has the word legendary in its name, but you know, you could kind of call it the beginning of Fabergé eggs in a way. The egg design is just a D20, but it's like got a cool green thing. Its numbers are in Comic Sans, and it's pretty cool looking. I don't really have much to say on the egg design because it's not really an egg to begin with, and yeah, it's pretty cool. The cracked egg of Ponage is the very first admin egg, but instead of the admin just joining the game and using his launching powers to summon in an egg for the community to hunt down for, this involves a little more fun for the player. You see, the admin egg drops from an admin wearing a very specific hat, the bunny ears of Caprice. All you have to do is just kill the admin to obtain the egg. That's right. As most egg hunts go, the cracked egg of Ponage is the most rarest obtained egg, which leads to it being the most expensive egg in terms of limited value. Only selected admins could even equip the bunny ears of Caprice, and if someone gets their hands on the bunny ears of Caprice when they're not meant to, well, simply put it, Roblox added a countermeasure to this in the form of, well, blowing up anyone who isn't these few selected admins. Funny quirk, really. This hat single-handedly broke most Roblox games that have a custom hat inputter, allowing players to kill people by blowing them up. The egg itself is gotta be my most favorite egg design. Number one, it's not using the same egg mesh that every other egg uses, and number two, it's so basic in terms of color that it will fit with like tens and thousands of different avatar combinations. The one downside being that this is the most expensive egg from the limited list. Also, this egg managed to pave the way for future admin eggs, even though admin eggs wouldn't be reintroduced for a while. Also, the reboot game has this funny feature where a fake admin spawns and you just kill him. Then he drops an egg that you can collect. I like it. It's very funny. Thank you, reboot game. There's not really that much I have to say in this section due to how limited Eggstravaganza 2008 was. Eggstravaganza began at March 20th of 2008 and ended 3 days later on March 23rd of 2008. And I explained the time schedules early on in the video. The community at the time were having a hard time finding the eggs, so they reacted by making games that take advantage of the fact that eggs are falling out of the sky. These games are known as egg funnels, and they sound exactly what they are like. They're big funnels that all the eggs fall into, so the community can pick which eggs they want and which eggs they don't want. Nothing else to really mention in this part because of how limited the extravaganza really was. So I guess we can move on to the final section. This is the last segment of the Extravaganza 2008 part of this video. You know, being the actual review part. Reviewing will be based on a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being bad, 10 being good, you know, the basics. Extravaganza has certainly showed its age as a time before Roblox had the exact formula planned out for each of its egg hunts. And while it's not as bad as the 2 modern dev hunts Roblox has came out with in its most recent installments of the annual egg hunt, it's certainly not as good as the hunts that came after it. First thing I want to say before I actually get to the reviewing part is that this is me purely going off the experience I had in the reboot, as it is the most accurate modern recreation that I have at my disposal. And while I won't be reviewing the map itself, I will be reviewing the gameplay that the map was filled off. I already said what I wanted to say about the eggs and how much enjoyment I got off of them, besides one, but how do these eggs actually blend into gameplay with all of them bouncing around the map causing chaos? Well, they don't really blend in that well. The bombastic egg is still the most annoying thing ever, as its homing missiles kills me every single time I try to do something. And while I might be at the fault of the map being really wide and open, and how I was alone the whole entire time, meaning that it only has one target, I still see the bombastic egg as a major letdown in every aspect of good game design. Easy fix to the bombastic eggs as well, just don't make the missiles homing. Another thing I want to say before finally giving a score is that this whole format of eggs raining down everywhere could have been planned out more, and while it's 2008, I think the event would have massively benefited if the admins put more thought into the eggs objectives. Therefore, with Extravaganza being a rather unique experience, I don't think it should ever leave its era that it was created in. The event personally gets a 3.7 out of 10 for me.